Today we're going to make a couple of cute Highland cow Christmas ornaments using wood rounds. I picked up a box of wood rounds from Amazon. Well, not picked up, but I ordered a box of wood rounds from Amazon. And I like the rounds that still have the bark on them. And the sheet of Hyland cows I got from decoupagecentral.com. And for this one, I am using Mod Podge, and I just painted a coat of Mod Podge on the wood round, and I placed my Hyland cow, making sure that the pre-drilled hole is at the top of the Hyland cow's hat. When you place your paper, you want to make sure that the hole lines up in the right place for hanging. And then I'm using this handheld sander to sand off the excess rice paper. And I got this sander and all the sandpaper from Amazon. I use it for almost every project. It just come in really handy. Please be sure to remember, if you like my videos, to hit subscribe and click on the bell, then click on all so that you'll be notified when I post a new video. So I took a really small paintbrush and I used the top of it to poke a hole through the paper where the pre-drill hole on the wood is. And then I put another layer of Mod Podge on the top of the paper, and now I'm drying it with my heat tool that I also got from Amazon. And now this, I use puppy pads, as you can see, for to cover my table. And usually I would use a piece of parchment paper for this, but I didn't want to get up and get it. So I just used the back plastic part of another puppy pad. And as you saw, I just rubbed it on the paper. I was just smoothing off any wrinkles or bubbles that I saw in the paper. I was just smoothing them out. And I like to burn my jute twine. I like to burn all the excess hairs off, as well as it gives it a little bit more color as well. So I was using a lighter to do that before I put the jute twine through the hole and created my knot. So now we're going to make a second one. We're basically going to do the same process, but this is Waverly Plaster chalk paint, and I'm going to put a coat of that on the wood first. I just wanted to show you the difference. It's purely up to your taste, but putting a white background will give the ornament a brighter, more colorful look versus the one that we just did that has a more woody, vintage, darker look to it. So I dried the paint and then I added the Mod Podge, and now I am placing the cow and making sure that the hole is in the right place, because I don't want to put a hole in the middle of the cow's face. And be careful with this part though. As you can see, when I'm sanding, it's taking off some of the bark, and these wood rounds, the bark, you can knock a good chunk of the bark off, and you don't want to do that. So You can't, little bits like this is unavoidable, but just be careful not to take a big chunk off. And now I poked my hole and I'm putting my top coat on of Mod Podge to seal it. And here I burnt my jute twine and then realized I forgot to dry the dry the Mod Podge. And now we're going to put the jute twine through and tie a knot again, and that's pretty much it. I just really wanted you to see the difference in the two. The one on the right is much darker than the one on the left. So adding, it just depends on what you want. And here's a few more that I did just to show you. I did not use paint on the trucks. I wanted a more vintage look, or on the deer. But I did use paint on these Hyland cows. And you can see how bright and cheery they are. Well, thank you so much for watching.